God that we serve is a wonderful God. The God that we serve is a glorious God. He doesn't sleep nor slumber. He never leaves me. He said that he won't forsake me. He is beside me, and that is all that matters. The flood won't smite me, and the moon will not hurt me. The flood won't sweep me. The Lord is my God. You are covenant keeping God. You are covenant keeping God. Covenant keeping God. You never leave me. You say that you won't forsake me. You are beside me, and that is all that matters. The flood won't smite me. And the moon it will not hurt me. The flood won't sweep me. The Lord is my anchor. You are covenant keeping God. You are the covenant keeping God. Yahweh, the covenant keeping God. Yahweh, I'll forever be chasing after you. I'll be chasing after you, Jesus, and I'll forever be chasing after you. Oh, yes, and I'll be chasing after you, and I'll forever be longing after you. That is my desire. I'll be longing after you, and I'll forever be seeking after you. I'll be seeking after you. And I'll forever be running after you. Looking on for you. Okay. Looking on to you. Never ever been staring at your face. Hope you guys can see my face. Cheers to the love of Jesus Christ. Oh, what a friend we have in Jesus. You know, whenever we are worried, I heard an apostle, a preacher said, worry is an insult to God. And it's true. Our worry, our fears, our insecurities, some Not like worry can't come, or fear can't come, or insecurities can't come, but it's kind of an insult to God when we dwell there, when we stay there, when we remain there, because we are made in His image and His likeness. So sometimes when we are insecure, it's as though we are saying to God that His image and His likeness is not enough for us. I feel like sometimes when we are worried, it's like we are saying God is not enough for us. I feel like sometimes when we are afraid, you understand, we are saying that God cannot do a good enough job. You understand that God cannot handle our problems. So, and what's crazy that we ourselves can't handle the problem. So we now tend to worry. Sometimes we turn to addiction, to vices, to bad habits in hopes that it will alleviate the pain or the stress or free us from our troubles. And it ends up even making us to be more in bondage than we were before. The Bible said, now the Lord is that spirit, and where the spirit of the Lord is, there is liberty. That's how scripture says that they that chase after other gods, their sorrow shall be multiplied. Because how can I see God in all his beauty, in all his splendor, in all his marvelousness, with all he has done for me, and then I turn away from him to go and serve some other god, some other idol, one addiction, one stupid thing like that. Understand me? When he was right there, why should I kneel to bow to Ashtaroth, to another god, when God is literally right there, helping me, saving me? Why should I do that? What's the essence of doing that? What's the hope of doing that? You get what I'm saying? Why should I doubt God when God, I can doubt God, but God does not doubt me, or at least God does not doubt Himself. God is not in doubt of what He can do for me or what He can do through me. God did not ask for my position or my opinion when He was creating me. He created me for a reason and for a purpose. He knew exactly what I would be. He said to the prophet Jeremiah, before I formed you in the womb of thy mother, I knew you. I knew you. I had knowledge of you before you were even a child, before the concept of you as a child even came to be. Scripture says we were created, we are God's handiwork. We are God's handiwork. We were created to do good works, even before the foundation of the earth, through Christ. Scripture says, in Him we live and move and have our being indeed. So, before Prophet Jeremiah was even created, probably before his parents were even made. There's this thing some rappers used to say that, I think it was Big L that said that, that dropped that bar, that I'm so ahead of my time. My parents haven't even met yet. You understand that metaphor, that I'm so ahead of my time. I'm so good at what I'm doing. I'm so far. I'm farther than other people. Like, I've gone so far in the game, like that I'm ahead of my time. You understand? That people cannot keep up with what I'm doing. People cannot catch up. You've heard it, some rappers say that before. Especially, I think Big L was the pioneer of that line, of that bar. That I'm so ahead of my time. My parents haven't even met yet. Like, I'm way ahead of every other person. So God was like, probably before your parents, your grandparents were even born, God already knew you. He already had a plan for you, a destiny for you, what He wanted you to do, to be. You understand? So, to Jeremiah, before I formed you in the womb, I knew you through, I knew who you would be, and I had already ordained you as a prophet to the nations. He said to Jeremiah, do not say that you're a child. Do not say you're a child. Do not tell me that you're a youth. Me that made you and gave you this purpose. I knew who you were and who I would make you to be. Excuse me. So, what about Moses? Moses said to God, look, I don't have a good speech. I can't talk well. I stutter. I'm a stammerer. God was like, oh boy, what makes you think I can't use you? Oh, Mr. Smarty Pants, you think I didn't know that before? You think I didn't know that you couldn't speak well before? You think I didn't know that I had a speech impediment before? But I still chose you regardless. You understand what I'm saying? So, those things are not limitations for God. Just like one of the blind men Jesus healed. Many disciples asked him, why is this man blind? Is it his own sin or the sin of his parents that caused him to be blind? Jesus said, neither his sin or the sin of his parents. But God intentionally made this man blind so that he will show his glory through this man. Because at the end of the day, it's all for the glory of God. Even your disabilities are for his glory. You know, when Moses told God that, look, I can't speak well, God told him that, who do you think make people to not be able to speak well? Who do you think make people to be deaf and dumb? Is it not I, the Lord? So God, at the end of the day, he wants to show that he's so powerful and so mighty that nothing can limit him. Nothing can limit him. Nothing can stop him. God is one. You can't put God in a box. You can't cage God. You can't cage him. You can't stop him. You can't defeat him. You can imagine in the wedding at Canaan, they ran out of wine, and this guy, Jesus, said, you know, his mother Mary came to him and said, look, the guests need wine and we ran out of wine, and it will be embarrassing, you know, that in such a wedding as this, we ran out of wine. You know, the groom and the bride feel embarrassed. And Jesus was like, it's not yet my time to show up and stuff. But, you know, eventually Jesus showed up. And, you know, he did well. He did what many had not seen before. He turned water to wine. Water, turned it to wine. Imagine me turning this water into Coca-Cola, into Fanta, into Sprite. That's how awesome and amazing Jesus is. He turned water into wine. Told them that, look, get some vessels, put water in them, cover them up, make them into wine. Now that thing, scientifically, you can't explain it. You can't explain that thing. There's no science to back up what he did. No science at all. That was a miracle. That was God showing off that he can do anything. That is to prove to us that, you see, all those people that maybe their hands were amputated, or their legs were amputated, or their eye, they lost their eye or their ear or whatever. If God wanted to give those people a brand new leg, he can do it. He can do it. If you want them to have a brand new leg, they will have a brand new leg. If you want them to have a brand new eye, they will have a brand new eye. Nothing is limited. Because God has not done a thing doesn't mean he cannot do the thing. During the time of, you know, the plagues in Egypt, or the journey of the children of Israel to the promised land, there were so many things that they doubted that God could not do, that God did. And the thing with God is that once he has done certain things, you should believe him when he says he's going to do other things. You should believe that nothing is impossible with this guy. If a God can send an angel to kill every firstborn in a nation, firstborn of humans, firstborn of animals, and they all died at night, if that same God could turn water into rivers into blood, if that same God, hold on, stay with me now. Let me cook. I'm about to cook. If that same God, could turn a staff into snake, that same God could make locusts, storm of locusts come and eat up crops and cause frogs and flies to be everywhere. That same God could make hailstones of fire fall from the sky. That same God can make your people, your oppressors, to say, you know what, we don't want you guys anymore. Go away. Go and worship your God. That same God could make them give you their gold, their jewelry, their precious items, so that you won't, like, just take anything you want and go. They are your oppressors, so, but yet they are giving you their own possessions. That please just go, whatever you need for your journey, go. You did that same God that opened an entire Red Sea, splitted a sea, a giant body of water, so that you guys can cross, and then he closed the body of water when your enemies were coming in. Is it that same God that will see you hungry in the wilderness and not be able to feed you? Are you getting the point? You see, the problem with the children of Israel was not even that they were hungry. It's okay now. Bible says they suffered them hunger in the wilderness, so that they will know man shall not live by bread alone, but every word that comes out from the mouth of God. Hunger is normal. Moses was hungry too, but Moses is not hungry. You think Moses was fasting throughout his every single day for the 40 years? No. It was their attitude that provoked God, not their needs necessarily. It's okay to have needs, it's okay to even have wants, but what provoked God with the children of Israel was their attitude, their complaining, their murmuring, their ungratefulness, their stubbornness. That's what God got angry with them. God will show them miracles, show them mercy, show them favor, and yet they will spit on his face, insult him, mock him, or try to mock him, disobey him, go and worship other gods that never did any of those things for them in the first place. They go and worship the same gods that were keeping them captive in the same place. See, God said to Moses that he would judge the gods of Egypt. Now, who was keeping the children of Israel captive? Who was hardening Pharaoh's heart before God now eventually started to harden his heart? It was the gods of Egypt. Their belief were in their gods. You understand? Their stronghold was in their God. They believed their God would protect them. They believed that the God Moses was talking about, the I am, was not as strong as their gods. After all, it's just one God. Them, they have many gods. You understand what I'm saying? So remember, after Joseph had died many years, the Pharaoh, after some years, was now afraid that the children of Israel were getting too many and they were prospering. And that someday, the children of Israel could just decide to plot a coup and take over their land and rule over them and make them slaves. So he said, in order to prevent that thought from ever becoming a reality, here's what we're going to do. We're going to kill every male child. But obviously, you need a male to come to. We're going to spare the female, but we're going to keep the male. That way, there will be, because males have strength to fight and things like that. And when they kill the men, some of the women can be fearful and stuff like that. And when the men are meant to be the leaders, so if you kill the leaders, the women will just easily follow and whatever. And obviously, they'll not be able to reproduce, stuff like that. Give that to children since they've killed a lot of their men. And the women can be slaves and we just leave a few men to be alive and stuff like that. So, how did such a thought come to that guy's head? Because during the time of Joseph, I believe the whole of Egypt became a God-fearing nation. I believe they started to worship the God of Abraham and Isaac and Jacob. I believe that Because Pharaoh turned to God, you understand? Because Pharaoh saw what God could do through Joseph by interpreting his dream. So he believed in the God of Joseph, and I believe every Egyptian or most Egyptians were serving the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So I believe it was Satan, the God of Egypt, that possessed Pharaoh or that kept entering his mind to make him come up with that idea or that feeling, that concept that these people would one day overtake us. So let's kill them and enslave them. So it's painful to God and crazy that the same evil, wicked idols and gods I'm saving you from, you guys are going back to worship them. The same people that enslaved you guys, treated you guys like nothing, like animals. You guys are running back to the same people, saying it would have been better if we were in Egypt. It would have been better if we were in Egypt. That in Egypt we're having cucumber, that in Egypt we're eating garlic, that in Egypt we're eating such and such and such. So such things would make God angry. You understand? Even when they sent 12 spies to go and spy the land of, was it the land of Jericho now? What land? During the time of, at the time that Joshua had taken over, leadership from Moses. The children of Israel, when they sent the spies and the spies came back, the Bible said the spies, excuse me, they brought an evil report. They said the land truly was a good land. They said truly the land had milk and honey. Not literal milk and honey, obviously. That was like a metaphor to say the land is fruitful. The fruits, they said the fruits in the land were good. The land had, good vegetation, good fields, good everything, probably good and healthy animals. But they said, however, they said the giants ruled over the land. They said that we are like grasshoppers before the people of the land. You understand? So that was the evil report. They brought fear to the camp by letting the people know that they were no match, or rather they were trying to let the people they passed on the belief that there's no way we're going to be able to defeat the people. You understand? So they forgot that they've come on wars before then. They had done some mighty things before then. So how did they come to the belief or the conclusion that we will not be able to defeat these people? You understand me? How did they come to that? It's one thing to say, wow, truly the people were big, they were giants. And no one is saying they should not acknowledge the fact that these people are giant and these people are big. But the thing with issues and problems in our lives, or when we face trials and temptation, it's not to deny them or their existence, but it's to acknowledge a higher power, that there is a higher power than this thing that I'm facing that can defeat this thing. Say the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but they are mighty by God for the pulling down of strongholds, casting down thoughts and imaginations, and casting down imaginations and evil thoughts that try to exalt, that want to exalt itself above the knowledge of God. It then says we should capture every thought and bring it into obedience. So what they should have done was like, okay, fine, these people are bigger than us, but our God is bigger than these people, isn't it? Because our God made a mess of the people of Egypt. He said, the Egyptians should say today, you shall see them no more. Our God caused other nations to be afraid of us because of the things, the marvelous, dangerous things he did in the land of Egypt. So there's no need to fear. All we need to do is pray and ask our God to help us and deliver us, just as he delivered us before. If he can do it before, he will do it again. You understand what I'm saying? And what was crazy was that if God wanted to, he would have been dropping plagues, like dropping sicknesses, fire on the land. But he didn't want to do that. He said, okay, this time I'm going to use your hand and fight these people. You understand me? So it was only Joshua and Caleb in the camp that said, let us go, let us charge, let us take the land. We are able to possess it. Because God will not send us to this land to come and take this land if he didn't know we can possess it. You understand what I'm saying? God could have just sent them into the land without even telling them to send spies into the land. You see, so I guess God just wanted to test them to see how they will react to that information. Let's go and take the land. We're able to possess this land. Our God has been helping us before. Would He now abandon us now? You know? Okay, I'm sorry, breaking transmission. So at that time, Moses was still the one leading the camp. So what they would have done, eh? You see, but even when they went into the camp, the prostitute that they met, Rahab, the reason why she hid them, is because she had heard the things that their God could do. She had heard that they were coming to invade the land. She had heard that, hey, what their God did in Egypt were marvelous things, scary things, and that if their God could destroy Egypt like that. You know, when the Bible was speaking about faith, people who do mighty things with faith, Rahab, though a prostitute, her name was mentioned. Because this woman, though a prostitute, has faith in the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You understand me? And yet, despite that she hid, that she saved their lives, they did not believe that they could take that land. But yet, a prostitute who had only heard what God did, not that she saw it with her eyes, or she heard. Meanwhile, those guys saw what God did in the land of Egypt, those spies and the people, the camp, the congregation that they told that, look, this is the land, this is what we are dealing with. That is why, Jesus said, he said to Thomas, he said, Thomas, you only believe because you saw. He said, but blessed is he that did not see, but they only heard. You understand what I'm saying? Because it's more blessed that you can easily believe now once you've seen. Just like Thomas, when he saw the wounds on his hand, say, my Lord and my God. Now say, Thomas, you believe because you've seen. He said, but blessed is he that did not see, but yet they still believed. You get what I'm saying? They did not see, but yet they still believed. They did not see, but yet they still believed. So that's why Rahab was spared. Aside from the fact that she saved them from getting killed and stuff by hiding them, she also did wonders by believing in the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Faith. That was the faith those people were supposed to have. Sometimes it's just that familiarity causes us to lose faith in God. You understand me? Or our doubts, our fears. Eventually, didn't they take the land? They took the land. They conquered the people. But in that generation or in that congregation, after some years, it was only Joshua and Caleb that survived. The rest of the people, they died because of their doubt in God, because of their complaining, because of their murmuring, because of their and in this modern day and age, myself, I'm not different from those people, to be honest. Most of the time, I act like them, I behave like them, I complain, I grumble, I'm stiff-necked, I'm stubborn, I serve other gods. By other gods, I'm not talking about maybe a physical idol necessarily. Talking about things like habits. You understand? Things that are allowed to take my affection more than God. Habits and stuff like that, vices and what have you. So at the end of the day, there's a lot we can learn and we should learn from the story of the children of Israel. With all that being said, I'm about to end this video because I'm going to work. Thank you all for staying tuned. God bless you all. Like, share, subscribe, and share. Bye bye.